The the my thoughts were dealing more with like what's the point of talking about it and talking about it and talking about it, but not living it and not breathing it and not being it. So even though I've spoken a little bit about the equinox coming up here on the 22nd, which is Tuesday of this coming week, and everybody's gonna be like, "Oh my God, it is equinox," but at the same time, you know, um, how many people, how many people are gonna have a higher connection with it and be able to benefit and so the lucky portion of the population that will benefit more from equinox, and especially in the solstice that will be coming in um, at the end of December, they'll be like, oh my God. And so it'll be just so great. And they're really going to enjoy it. So um, it really takes a lifestyle or like for living your life in a way that you are already ready for it. You're already in tune for it. It's kind of like um, it's hard to think sometimes, but it's basically like I'm trying to think of a comparison. People that believe in the beast or believe in the Antichrist or believe in Lucifer, and they're like already prepared mentally. They're already prepared spiritually, and they're already prepared psychologically for, or psychologically, I can't remember. They're already prepared for the mark. So when the mark comes and it's time to get the mark, they're already ready. So that's the goal. The goal is to be already ready. Of course, I'm talking about the equinox. I'm talking about the solstice, and I'm talking about um, astronomical, lineups. I'm not talking about the mark of the beast. But I was just using that as an example, as a comparison of being ready. And if you live your life ready, then you're ready when you don't have to get ready. You don't have to prepare because you're already ready. You live moment to moment, second to second, ready. You should wake up ready, and you should wake up ready. And just like some people are not ready, never are not ever ready, and they not ever will be ready. And some it's more difficult and it's harder to try to get ready because you have not you were not ready and you had not done any um, training or preparation for something, and then you realize you're out of time, and then you have to throw everything together really fast, and throwing everything together really fast, that's hard. That's harder than living the lifestyle. So if you don't want to live the lifestyle, you don't have to believe in the things that that lifestyle teaches. Um, if you don't believe in social justice, you don't have to be a social justice. You don't have to be. Uh, you don't have to write. Um, essays or blogs. You don't have to protest. You don't have to support people who do protest. If you believe in religion, you don't. I mean Christianity, you don't. I mean that means believing. Um, that means believing in Jesus Christ, and believing that the prophecies that pertain to that deal with the return of Jesus Christ to the planet Earth, which is written in the Bible. So if you believe in Christianity, if you tell me that you believe, if you tell me you're a Baptist or a Mormon or Methodist, I assume that you think that Christ is coming back to the planet. I assume that you think that Christ is God, the Son of God, the Trinity. I assume that. So, but if you live the lifestyle and you're unprepared, and you're not prepared because you're not really living the lifestyle, you're talking about it, but you're not you're doing it. So that's what you got to do. You got to do it, not talk about it. And I'm not promoting that nonsense because I don't believe in religion. Um, I don't believe in Christ. I don't believe in religion or any of that. So I'm not making suggestions about it. I'm just saying that as an example. I was trying to bring up another example, just like with the beast. Well, the same thing with Christianity, or you can talk about the beast. It doesn't matter if you talk about the beast or Christianity. It's the point of the example. Living the lifestyle. If you live the lifestyle, then the goal is to already be ready. Um, you shouldn't have to throw everything together um, in philosophical, spiritual things, or even in other things. So if you already live as prepared as you can be, and from my viewpoint, spiritual preparation is total. So I don't go a second without being prepared spiritually. So for me, life, death, anything in between is not really, um, yeah, it's not all that important, and I don't really think that things like that are all that important for me. I believe in a state of spiritual understanding. Um, that's it. I don't care about anything else. So, um, live it. But if you don't want to live it, then forget about it. So if you're not ready for Jesus to come back, then forget about Jesus. Because you're not looking for him anyway, or Buddha or Satan. If you think you're ready for the mark of the beast in 666 and you love the devil, well, if you're not really ready for that, then forget about it. You know, forget about all that. Because maybe you don't really want to do that. Think about it then, I would say, because if you're not actually doing something but you're supposed to be about that, then maybe you don't really want to be about that. You don't want to really be that. So, and that could be anything. That could be a career path that maybe you wanted to get into law enforcement, military. Maybe it wasn't for you. Maybe you wanted. I met somebody that had spent like 4 years in the army and then only said it was a bad experience. It was not for her. And so people make mistakes, but it's for a lot of people. And so different things are right and appropriate for different people. Hell, computer science, computer engineering, information technology. I bet there's a lot of people that got into it and then they were over their heads and they're like, they really can't work in that because they're not made for it. And either they dropped out or they couldn't get a job. Maybe they didn't graduate if they tried to get formal education and formal training in it, or they just dropped out from the work because they got hired and then they couldn't do the job because it was not what they were talented in at all. And there was just too many other experts. I do believe, real experts, that are talented. How can someone that does not belong in IT or let's say like computer science compete with someone like Bill Gates? Never, 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 never going to happen. So there's some thoughts for today. Be about it and live about it, including the equinox.